It started as a normal day for Kim Taehyung, or so he thought. The BTS vocalist, known for his deep, soulful voice and captivating stage presence, had been adjusting to life without his bandmate Jungkook, who had recently enlisted in the military. The separation was difficult, but Taehyung had kept himself busy with solo projects and personal endeavors. However, nothing could have prepared him for the shocking encounter that was about to change everything. Who was this mysterious man? Why did Jungkook seem so different after meeting him? And most importantly, why did Taehyung feel an unexplainable sense of familiarity and dread the moment their eyes met? It all began with an unexpected phone call from Jungkook. Despite being in the military, Jungkook had managed to stay in touch with his BTS brothers whenever he had the chance. But this call was different. His voice was serious, almost hesitant, as he spoke to Taehyung. "Hyung, I met someone here. And it's weird. He reminds me of someone, but I can't figure out who. It's been messing with my head," Jungkook admitted, a rare vulnerability in his tone. Taehyung, initially brushing it off as nothing more than Jungkook's imagination playing tricks on him, assured his friend that it was probably just fatigue or the stress of military life. But deep inside, something about Jungkook's words unsettled him. Who could this person be, and why was Jungkook so affected by him? A few weeks later, Taehyung found himself at a private military event, one that allowed limited visitors. He was excited to see Jungkook and catch up with his friend, but the moment he arrived, he felt a strange sense of unease. It was as if something or someone was watching him, and then he saw him. A tall, imposing figure stood near the entrance, his gaze fixed on Taehyung with an intensity that sent chills down his spine. He wasn't someone Taehyung recognized, yet there was something eerily familiar about him. His eyes, his posture, even the way he slightly tilted his head. Taehyung felt like he had seen it all before. Jungkook approached, his usual bright demeanor subdued. His face was tense as he turned to Taehyung and subtly gestured towards the man. "That's him," Jungkook whispered. Taehyung's heart pounded in his chest. Who was this man, and why did he evoke such a strong reaction from both of them? Taehyung tried to shake off the unease and approached the stranger, determined to find answers. "You seem familiar," Taehyung said cautiously, trying to gauge the man's reaction. The man smirked, his gaze never wavering. "Maybe we've met before, maybe we haven't," he said cryptically. Jungkook clenched his fists beside him. "Hyung, this isn't normal. I've had dreams about this guy, and I swear I've never met him before the camp." A deep chill settled over Taehyung. Dreams? Why would Jungkook be dreaming about someone he supposedly didn't know? As the conversation continued, the man remained vague, dropping hints that only deepened the mystery. He seemed to know things about Taehyung and Jungkook that he shouldn't have, details about their childhood, their struggles, and even their innermost fears. Later that night, unable to shake the unsettling encounter, Taehyung called Namjoon. If anyone could help make sense of this, it was BTS's leader. "Hyung, have you ever had the feeling that you're meeting someone from a past life?" Taehyung asked, his voice barely above a whisper. Namjoon was silent for a moment before replying. "Why do you ask? Did something happen?" Taehyung explained everything: the phone call from Jungkook, the military event, the strange man, and the inexplicable familiarity both he and Jungkook felt. "That's eerie," Namjoon admitted. "It almost sounds like something out of a movie, but knowing how life has treated us so far, I wouldn't be surprised if there's something bigger at play." Taehyung let out a breath he didn't realize he was holding. He knew it wasn't just paranoia. Over the next few days, Taehyung couldn't stop thinking about the man. Every detail of their encounter replayed in his mind like a puzzle he was desperate to solve. Then Jungkook sent him a cryptic message. "Hyung, I finally remembered who he reminds me of. But you're not going to believe it." Taehyung's fingers trembled as he typed his response. "Tell me." The reply came almost instantly. "Hyung, he looks just like the man from the old photograph in your house. The one you always said gave you an eerie feeling. The one you found in your grandmother's attic." Taehyung's blood ran cold. That photograph had haunted him for years. It was a picture of a young man from decades ago, someone no one in his family could identify. And now, he had met him in real life. What did this mean? How was it possible? With this shocking revelation, Taehyung found himself spiraling into a whirlwind of questions. Who was this man really? Was he just an ordinary soldier, Or was there something more? And why did fate seem to pull him and Jungkook into this mystery together? One thing was certain, this was just the beginning. And Taehyung knew he wouldn't stop until he uncovered the truth. Taehyung barely slept that night. His mind raced with endless possibilities, each one more unsettling than the last. How could a man Jungkook met at the military camp resemble someone from an old photograph that had haunted Taehyung for years? It wasn't just a coincidence, he felt it in his gut. Determined to get to the bottom of this, Taehyung called his mother early the next morning. "Amma, do you remember that old photograph I found in Halmiani's attic?" he asked, trying to keep his voice steady. There was a pause before his mother responded. "The one you used to stare at for hours?" "Yes, of course. Why are you asking about that now?" Taehyung took a deep breath. "I think I met him. In real life." Silence. "Amma." When she finally spoke, her voice was softer, almost hesitant. "Taehyung, that's impossible. That picture is over 60 years old." A cold chill crept up Taehyung's spine. He had expected skepticism, but the way his mother said it, her voice carrying an odd mixture of disbelief and fear, made his stomach churn. "Who was he?" Taehyung pressed. His mother hesitated again, then sighed. "We don't know. Your grandmother never talked about him. She only said he was someone important to our family a long time ago, but his name was erased from our records. It was as if he never existed." Taehyung's grip tightened around his phone. "Erased? Why?" He wanted to ask more, but his mother suddenly changed the subject, saying she had things to do. It was clear she didn't want to talk about it anymore. Something was wrong. Taehyung needed proof. He searched through his belongings until he found the old photograph, buried deep inside one of his storage boxes. His fingers trembled as he held it up, staring at the face of the man who had unknowingly haunted him for years. His sharp eyes, the confident smirk, the way he held himself, almost as if he knew a secret no one else did. It was the same man Jungkook had met. There was no doubt. His phone buzzed. A message from Jungkook. "Hyung, I saw him again. But this time he said my name before I even introduced myself. And then he said something weird. Tell Taehyung he's closer to the truth than he thinks." Taehyung's breath hitched. How did this man know his name? How did he know Taehyung was searching for answers? Taehyung knew he had to go back to the military camp. He needed to see this man again. Needed to get answers straight from him. Jungkook arranged for him to visit, and before he knew it, Taehyung was standing at the same place where he had first locked eyes with the stranger. This time, the man was waiting for him. "You came," the man said, smirking as if he had expected this all along. Taehyung swallowed hard, his heart pounding. "Who are you?" The man tilted his head, studying Taehyung with an expression that sent chills through his bones. "The real question is, who are you?" The words hit Taehyung like a thunderclap. "What do you mean?" he demanded. The man stepped closer, his eyes dark and unreadable. "Your family erased my existence. But some things, no matter how hard you try, can never be erased." Taehyung felt dizzy. This wasn't just about Jungkook meeting a strange man at the military camp. This was bigger. This was personal. The man leaned in slightly, his voice dropping to a whisper. "You've always felt like something was missing, haven't you?" Taehyung's breath caught in his throat. Because it was true.